I've sort of created a temporary monster, it would seem. Since I decided to give birth to a zanjita, I want to call it right now because it's so tiny. I'm going to keep visiting it, a couple, 2-3 times a day, because it's just so easy to teach what I do here. Okay, there's the new hatch. Over there is the new hatch, and this ground I'm sure is soft, and I can add a couple zanja feet coming toward me, which I'll do. And that one, because there's an anomaly in the lay of the ground, it's harder to get it moist where I want to go. But I'll see what I can do there too. Well, that took less than a minute. That ground got soft so quick, and it's already time to open a new hatch coming toward me to moisten ground ahead. But I haven't done the far side yet. Yes, over here it's quite another matter. This ground has not been softened, and I need it to come my way. But I talked about that anomaly. I'll just somehow get around it. I'll open a hatch right there and close that hatch and soften this ground. That's what's needed here. Well, we'll see how fast that works. The anomaly I'm talking about is the hump right there where that vervain is growing. But it's going around the hump on both sides, and that'll work just fine. It'll soften that ground real soon, so I'll be able to deal with that. I think I'll tune that a little bit more while I'm here. Go do some other stuff and then come back again later today. Let me see if I can show you something else here. Sometimes, although the ground is hard, almost like cement, it's hard to do with one hand, I can scratch it, and just scratching it brings the water to the area. It's so hard to do this with one hand, where I need to soften it. Easier it is to moisten that ground from above, which I'm about to do. That moistening soil is on its way, and there's the new hatch. I'm jumping back and forth from end to end, but I hope you can deal with that. When I close these new hatches, I don't close them very much, because they represent that ½ inch or less, I'm going to say now, margin that I've got, or edge accuracy that I've got in moistening ground. When the ground is as dry as it is on the surface here, you sure can tell what's been had access to water and what has not. See, those are breaches, minor, but I'll just hoe a little bit of soft mud into them, and that makes the whole system more accurate. With my hoe, I scratched myself across that new softened ground just a little bit for now, and I did the same over there. But you can see that, I mean, and it needs tuned up, of course, but you can see that since I started, I've added, what, 12, 14 zanja feet. And since I came here just now, I've probably added another 8 of those zanja feet. Here is more of that continuing study of gray and green. As I'm introducing irrigation water at the surface of this area, you can see the ditches, zanjas, long time not maintained, are filling gradually and showing themselves for what they are. I can only hope that you can see this. And of course the green is a delicate, what's the word? I can't think of it, precise measure of where there has been moisture because of that growth. This will require considerable imagination, but where that stack of 5 tires is, I intend that to be the center of a windmill, maybe 20 foot high, not small, and it's there for weight. The ring of, well, they almost look like 12-inch blocks. I think they're 10. They'll represent the bearing for the frame of it, and I think I'm going to dig a ring ditch around that as the start of a fountain. As I say, looking at the left is maybe the best, because that's where everything you see will change, and I'll get things in the right place and get things cleaned up. If we look at the right, everything will also change, but it's going to be more confusing to see. For example, this building, I'm going to take mostly all by itself and place it over there. That building I'll place in the corner, and the same thing up there. That building I'll place as a corner of the whole pig fold, I guess. And then that building I'll move only a little ways into that corner. Now all the stacks of pallets, expensive pallets, heavy pallets, I'll put on top of them as flooring for faux huts. So I don't know if you could follow that or not, but there's a lot of play working to do here, and as I'm able, I'll come here in the company of my pigs and do it. Time for another visiting of the newborn Zanja after some softening. They're the result of 10 minutes of play work, plurk, I call it. Hey, I heard thunder. And of course I immediately looked at the sky. That would be so nice to get rain. I mean, thunderstorms is something that they have a little trouble predicting, I think. So, all right, enough here for now. I think I'm hoping you understand what I'm doing.